What's going on, Reject Nation? We got ourselves our first official trailer for Miss Marvel, about a Muslim Pakistani American, Kamala Khan, getting some more of that representation in the MCU. But before that, let's welcome back our favorite white boy.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, John, I cannot talk about this person. I don't care if you're recovering from surgery. You get over here. We gotta talk about Miss Marvel, your favorite Marvel character.
That's right, man. Woo! Really relates to my experiences in life. You know, I'm excited.
Leave a like for John. And let's see what's going on with this trailer too while we're at it. That's kind of cool, actually.
Top bubble.
Okay, so first off, I just want to say, I get it.
You get what?
High school.
Kamala.
Another adventure shirt. Cute.
She thinks I'm some kind of weirdo.
You were weird. Boys. Excuse me.
Some real
You're kind of on my ship.
Sorry.
Scott Pilgrim vibes.
Yeah, definitely.
In your little fantasy land. Kamala, hey. Already? Really? Come on, like.
Do I have to figure out my whole future before lunch, or is it relaxed? Maybe they're right. I spend too much time
Being
in
Muslim.
Fantasyland.
It's all gonna pay off.
It's not really the brown girls from Jersey City who save the world.
Not
That's
yet.
fantasy too.
Oh, interesting.
Did something happen?
Huh.
You know why? Did you hear something?
Kamala?
Ooh.
What does it feel like?
I always thought I wanted this kind of life, but I never imagined any of this.
Do you know what you are?
Whoa.
I'm a superhero.
Oh, they like straight up changed her powers.
Yeah.
It's right out of the comic book cover there.
Aww.
It's like right out of the comic book cover.
That looks lovely.
It does look delightful. Yeah, that's interesting. That's really interesting. I mean, I really like the aesthetic choice that they had, especially at the top, because as represented in this trailer is someone who's obsessed with superheroes. So I like when you're doing the thought bubbles that go into the Marvel logo. Feels very much like Scott Pilgrim versus the World mixed with Shazam. The best way I probably describe the vibe that this gave us. Also with that, what was that Haley Steinfeld movie with Woody Harrelson? 17? I think it's called 17.
Something like that, yeah.
Especially the relationship that she was having with, looks like a counselor.
Yeah. Her cool guidance counselor.
Cool guidance counselor. Yeah, but in the comics, she gets hit with like Terrigen Mist, the thing that essentially creates Inhumans, and she has like the embiggening abilities. Here, this looks to be more lining up with this cosmic Captain Marvel types of powers.
Yeah.
In fact, at one point, she had like those like Shang-Chi looking kind of quantum rings.
Yeah.
They look like they're activated in some way.
And she even says directly, like, the powers feels cosmic or something like that. Yeah.
I imagine that they're changing her abilities, and I heard rumors that they might change her abilities because obviously we have Fantastic Four coming into the picture now, so you'll have Mr. Fantastic in the MCU, so the powers would be too much correlated, so they wanted to mix it up. But they have more going for it than just the power set, and yeah, it looks like a cute teen comedy.
Well, yeah, absolutely, and I wonder if they'll take a chance to maybe do a pivot and relate her character to other sides of the MCU. I mean, obviously they're going to take her more cosmic, but there's also that Ant-Man doodle in her book, and there is, something to at least iterations of the character where she shares, like, molecular DNA, like, deep down cellular connections with herself across multiverses and across time and space, so I'm sure they could also do a bunch with that. But yeah, it made me wonder, like, what's the nature of this gauntlet? Is there some kind of cosmic curse on it? Is there Terrigen crystals inside of it or something like that? Either way, I mean, I love just the tone and the spirit that it seems to be evoking, and yeah, like you mentioned, Scott Pilgrim, the very sort of stylized comic book kind of look, but also, going further down that rabbit hole of borrowing from, teen and high school movies and stuff like that, and the coming of age stories. Like, Kamala looks very fun and relatable in a way that doesn't feel like, your stereotypical, like, oh, we're trying to get woke. Like, well,
I bet there's millions who disagree with you right now.
I can't imagine it, but hey, feel free to show me. But yeah, I mean, I love that she does, even just as of this minute and a half clip here, feel like a tangible, real, relatable person who also has a background and experience that's very different from, you know, what I'm familiar with.
Yeah, I think the show will probably lean into that. I don't imagine, like, Disney is, I watched a movie like Cheaper by the Dozen the other day, which actually surprised me. They're like, oh, they are leaning into the race element. Here, I imagine that they will lean into that too, because like you have the conversation in here of like, what's my place in this world? Where do I belong? I don't know what it's like to be a Muslim Pakistani teenager, but I imagine that they would deal with what that must feel like as a teen living in New Jersey, what your position in the world is. By the way, speaking of New Jersey, man, like so much goes on over there in NJ, in the MCU. They don't get enough credit. It's always about New York City. But you know what? We got like Westview, Captain America, Winter Soldier took place there. I feel like there's another thing that's missing. Those are the two that came to mind when I was watching this. And I really feel like that camaraderie relationship that she's having with her friend where she's like showing her power sets does remind me a lot of what they do in Shazam as well. I don't know who the bad guy is. I don't really know what's... I imagine Captain Marvel might make an appearance in this show. We'll see, but this seems to be capturing... This is supposed to be like the audience cipher for what it feels like for kids who probably admire the Marvel Cinematic Universe as well. But yeah, she looks great. She looks charming. This looks fun. But as far as like what I'm looking forward to most out of the MCU, I don't look like I'm the target demographic for it. I mean, it looks adorable. So it's not really a criticism. Not like, oh my god, I'm dying to watch this right now, because it feels like more like a cute teen show. However, I do like those. I mentioned Cheaper by the Dozen. I was like, you know what? I like this cheesy crap. and I feel like that's the same way I'm gonna restaurant. And it's like, this looks like just a good family time. We're probably gonna have a lot of heart and a lot of good messages. Yeah, I'm a sensitive fella sometimes, and I'm a sucker for those kinds of things. Anyway, guys, what'd you think about the Miss Marvel trailer? Is it better than what you imagine the Thor: Love and Thunder trailer will look like? Leave your thoughts down below. Subscribe to get accepted into the Reject Nation. Click that like button. Last but not least,
Adelia Chamberlain, you, to me, are the Ms. Marvel of this channel. I would love to see you...
Making them a lot of other women at the Patreon jealous, but please continue.
I mean, you are one of a few because it's the multiverse variants, but today, you are the one... You are the Marvels. You're Captain Marvel, you're Ms. Marvel, you're Maria Rambeau, you're Photon, you're everybody, Adelia. You're the wokest person here because you're from everywhere. You're every ethnicity. You are every
She's probably
bit
the
as
whitest
smart.
woman you could have shouted out.
That's right. But hey, what's white if not the absence of color with which we can fill the blank canvas to the, you know, heart's content? And Adelia, I mean, you are somebody who has a big imagination just waiting to be let out to the world, begging for that one last push of colorful brightness to get your message out there, to get your spirit and your wonderful qualities to the world. Adelia, you are the most ethnic person I know. So hey, keep it real. We love you very much.
Stay diverse.
And we'll catch you next time.